KTTC pushing for answers as past, present, and future State House security is being reviewed. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Caitlin Alexander.
And I'm Brock Burgee. Glad to have you with us. Minnesota's Advisory Committee on Capital Area Security meeting for the first time today since the state lawmaker shootings. While the events of that mid-June day happened off Capitol grounds, they've raised alarms for this group here charged with assessing security risks. This morning, I was in St. Paul for the discussion.
I call this meeting of the Advisory Committee on Capital Area Security to order.
Led by Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, ACAS, as it's called for short, convened its 6-member board and slate of advisors on Wednesday to begin hashing out Minnesota's new reality.
This summer has been deeply painful for many people. The people who work at this Capitol, elected officials, and staff alike. Recent events have understandably raised questions about public safety in and around the Capitol.
Subtle changes made by the Department of Public Safety have already happened, including reducing the number of public entrances to the Capitol. Right now, people pass through these doors with no screenings. DPS Commissioner Bob Jacobson says the addition of metal detectors would require lawmaker support.
Certainly with any significant change to the Capitol or Capitol area, there would need to be an investment, which the legislature would need to provide.
This is viewed as the first step in a series of meetings to come this year, and while the focus is now on the future, the past also being called into question, specifically pertaining to meeting frequency. Why hasn't the group met 4 times a year as required by state law?
All I can say is that going forward, we will make sure that we're meeting with greater frequency and that the public should feel as though they can also be part of this process.
Republican Representative Jim Nash of Waconia addressing the elephant in the room brought to light in part by a KTTC investigation last month.
I will say as kindly as possible, the best way to make sure that we're staying on top of these things is to meet per our regular charter, to make sure that we are meeting quarterly, if not more.
The lieutenant governor says the committee will meet again in about a month. It's met one other time in 2025, that happening in April to approve its 2024 annual report for the legislature and governor.
The Minnesota Capitol is often called the People's House, and no one believes that more than I do. But I also believe that the time has come in 2025 to rethink how the People's House operates.
There were no recommendations made today. During the roughly 90-minute meeting, it was also announced a third party has been officially hired to do a security assessment of the Capitol complex, which does include 15 buildings. It's much more than just the Capitol itself. A final report is expected by the end of the year. Additionally, the State Patrol noting it is working to hire 19 more Capitol security officers with financial resources already approved.